Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, lots to talk about today. Of course, the big news that everyone is still talking about is Binance going to war with FTX. And the saga continues. Unfortunately, Solana and Bitcoin, more so Solana, caught in a crossfire. Also, big judgment today. And what does it mean overall for the crypto industry? We got to talk about that. And of course, we got to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin as well. All right. So welcome. Glad you guys are here tonight with me. Let's start off with this feud, this war that's been ongoing since yesterday. And it continues to basically escalate and continues to make Solana fall. Solana is taking a beating right now. And it doesn't seem like anyone knows why. We know it has something to do with the war. We know that FTX and Alameda is very invested in Solana. But why is Solana falling more than FTT right now? Solana is taking an absolute beating right now. And I do have something to show you guys that could indicate why. But it's already been speculated because of the bank run that's happening at FTX. It could be that Solana is being liquidated to fill up the reserves, to fill up the ETH and BTC and stablecoins that's dropping. That's one theory. Could be another theory is just that people are just scared. People just don't know if they should be holding on to Solana at this point. Or maybe there's another reason, and that is it's just all a giant coincidence. We don't know at this point. But what we do know is that bank run is happening. Okay? Take a look at this. And there's something surprising else. Something else that's surprising about this chart. Stablecoin exchange balances over the last 7 days. And you can see FTX dropped almost 300 million, okay? So that tells you that's not good. But something else that's surprising is KuCoin. KuCoin almost dropped the same amount. I didn't hear anything about KuCoin. Not sure what's going on with KuCoin, but yeah, 292 million stablecoins came out of FTX, giving them 261 million, which is really, really small in comparison to all these big boys, including Binance, which has so many zeros, it just says 26.6 billion, okay? That's how big Binance is. If you take all these other exchanges and DEXs and you put all their stable coins together, it's only like half of what Binance has. So this gives you an idea of how big Binance is compared to FTX. Even though it seems like FTX is on top of the world, or at least it did seem like they were on top of the world, but they are still very, very small. But here's the thing. According to CoinDesk, okay, CoinDesk has been getting a lot of these secret documents, right? But according to CoinDesk, Alameda Research, which of course is owned by Sam Bankman-Fried, holds 292 million worth of unlocked SOL. That means that they are able to do whatever they want with that right now. And 863 million of locked SOL and 41 million of SOL collateral. So you put it all together, we're looking at like $1.1 billion of Solana. Now, vast majority is locked, so it means that they can't touch it. Although you can unlock SOL pretty quickly. I think the epoch is only like 3 days or something. So if they wanted to unlock it, they probably could. $1.1 billion worth of Solana. And if you look at Solana's overall market cap is around 10.5 billion, which means that Alameda Research FTX owns more than 10% of the circulating supply of Solana. 10%. That's a lot, right? So this could be the reason why people are selling off Solana, because people are fearful about this connection, or because SBF is selling himself. Don't know what's really going on, okay? But what we do know is Solana is caught in a crossfire. Solana is being pulled down dramatically because of this. And I would argue that not just Solana, the entire crypto ecosystem, this whole space has been pulled down today, especially since the U.S. markets actually rallied today. And unfortunately, Bitcoin and crypto didn't, because I think of all this that's happening right now, right? So unfortunately, that's happening. But I did tell you guys, Matic is going to be a top 10. And because of this downward trend for Solana, Matic is in top 10. Someone said FTT started dropping. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was a big push. There was a big push to make sure that FTX or FTT token was at $22. And I thought it was very, very suspicious. But now it has broken that. And you can see now it's down huge, 15% to $19. I don't know the significance of that $22. I know Caroline, who's some kind of high official from FTX, said that she would buy all the FTT tokens that Binance was planning to sell at $22. I don't know the significance of the $22, but whatever that is, FTT has broken it, and it's not good because Alameda has a ton of FTT tokens as well. So that's also happening in real time right now. Okay. Now, and again, I said, if you look at FTX, Binance, if you compare the two, I mean, it's not even close. Not someone, but a lot of people are looking at the reserves because there is a bank run going on right now. And you could see that the reserves of Bitcoin on FTX has been dropping drastically. I mean, it was dropping already, but it's dropping even more. This was from 6 hours ago. I saw another chart that was saying like it's only down to like 3,000. So it's dropping dramatically. And in comparison, so even we use this 13,000 on FTX, Binance has 621,000. Okay. And this is from the people, by the way. This is not just, oh, Binance owns this much or FTX owns this much. This is people that have deposited their Bitcoin on the exchanges. But just to give you a comparison, the size difference between the two. Oh, yeah, here's that chart that shows that Bitcoin on FTX has now dropped to 5,700. It's dropping at an alarming rate right now, okay? And here's a list of all the other tokens that FTX holds, and a lot of it, of course, is, DeFi projects on Solana or DeFi projects that integrate with Solana. So you're talking about like Lido, Serum, and there's a few others out there. So are they going to be affected? Maybe, but right now it's FTX and Solana primarily, okay? And as for this war that's escalating, well, CZ came out with another thread, okay, saying that he wanted to be transparent. He didn't know what he wrote was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Right? He does not like SBF. He does not like his lobbying behind the scenes and bad-mouthing CZ, claiming that he can't come into the U.S. and that, Binance is too big and all these things that he's been saying behind the scenes and, of course, lobbying for the destruction of DeFi and a lot of stuff, right? CZ's just tired of it. He doesn't want to deal with it. So he's like, I didn't know I was going to cause this. It's not my intention, but it doesn't seem like he's backing down. And he's even trolling a little bit. He tweeted this out of nowhere. Binance has 8 billion ETH in our cold wallets. Now, why did he tweet this with no context? Well, I told you guys this morning, the bank run, right? The bank runs that's happening. If you look at how much ETH FTX now holds, it's only about 9,100, which equates to 14.4 million. That's such a small amount. And look at every transaction that's happening. Out. There's nothing that's in. Everything is out right now. So you're talking about 9,000 ETH left on the exchange versus $8 billion worth. So quite a big difference. So this is what's happening. Also, someone found this. So this is back from 2019, okay? So CZ may have had a grudge against SBF since 2019, since 4 years ago. Look at what he said. This attacker's well-known account that trades with Binance and started their own futures exchange a few months ago. This was the second attempt they tried. Shame, a market maker from a small futures exchange, tried to attack Binance futures platform. No one was liquidated, as we use index price, not futures price, for liquidations. Only the attacker lost a bunch of money, and that was it. So who is this attacker that was trying to crash or manipulate Binance's futures account, but also started their own futures account back in 2019? Can you guess who? We don't know exactly who he's referring to, but I think we could put two and two together. So he may have been eyeing this for quite some time, right? So yeah, but you know what? FTX, I saw them trying to troll back. I didn't quite get this at first. I was looking at FTX's Twitter page. Twitter seems to be very excited about our weekly buy and burn. I think that's pretty much a dig at Binance, because Binance does do buy and burns. So I don't know if this is their way to shoot back at Binance, right? Trying to poke fun of them or make light of the situation. I don't know, but it seems like that's what they're doing. But it's funny that people are responding saying, hey, can you tweet steady lads deploying more capital? Because we all know who said that. Do Kwon, right before everything collapsed. So yeah, this whole situation is not good. It's obvious Binance is gonna come out on top. The sheer volume difference, user volume, liquidity difference is just so vast. FTX is losing right now liquidity left and right. So is Solana going to fall further? Or they go resort to actually really selling Solana if they haven't already, right? And what about all the other ERC20 tokens or Ethereum or all the other Solana-based tokens? Are they going to start selling them off to kind of stop the bank run? Or is SBF some sort of genius and maybe he has more than enough reserves in cold wallets that he could just throw back on and he just laughs it off and laughs at everyone that's panicking? We don't know. He hasn't talked about cold wallets. He hasn't talked about other wallets that's not hot wallets. Maybe he has all the reserves. We don't know at this point, but I do know that unfortunately Solana is being pulled down with it, and I think the entire crypto industry is pulled down with it as well. So unfortunate situation, but like I've been saying, be careful with your funds, okay? Be careful with any funds that you have that's on FTX, that's related to FTX in any way, right? Be careful. Like all the other crashes and burns and rug pulls and you know, withdrawal seizures, withdrawal halting, with everything else that we experience, right? It's never too late to take control of your own crypto, to safeguard it, and to protect your own private keys, so you don't have to worry about these kind of things, right? So never too late. All right, the next big thing I have to talk about is this lawsuit that was lost by LBRY. LBRY was sued by the SEC last year, claiming that they sold their tokens as security. They were suing them to get back the $11 million that was raised. And I guess, I don't know the particular details about this ICO, but supposedly it was from 2016 all the way to 2020. I don't even know. I didn't even know that they were around that long. But anyways, they have lost. The judge sided with the SEC and said, you guys committed securities, I don't know, not fraud, but security offering without being registered. So I don't know what that means exactly. If they have to give back the $11 million, can they continue to operate? Do they get a slap on the hand, right? I don't know what's next, but obviously you could see that LBRY is not very happy about this ruling, and they don't even know what to do. Does anyone? And people chimed in, do it anonymously, you know, do it outside the U.S., and many companies may resort to that. If the SEC wants everything to be known as security, and they're going to target every single crypto company based in the U.S., what's going to happen is everyone's just going to move out of the U.S. Just start your project elsewhere, right? Somewhere that's more crypto friendly, so you don't have to worry about this. And that may happen if we're going to see more and more of this happen. So the only hope we have is Ripple. We know that Ripple is engaged with the SEC right now. Ripple actually has the money and manpower to fight the SEC. The reason why LBRY lost, and I'm sure the reason why all these other projects lost, is because they simply didn't have the funds. They don't have $100 million laying around to pay lawyers to fight the SEC. Fortunately, Ripple does, right? So I've been rooting for Ripple for this because they are making a stand. They're fighting for all crypto, really. And they're really the last stand, if you think about it, against Gary Gensler, because who else has the resources to fight the SEC, right? So we'll have to see when a decision is made on the Ripple lawsuit, probably first half of 2023. It's looking good for Ripple because they did get the Hinman testimony and tapes and stuff like that. They could use that as a defense. The only thing that was screwed up is if SEC declares Ethereum a security, well, then all that kind of goes away, right? But unfortunately, we lost another one. And I think their tokens tanked today because of this too. So there's that. We can only hope Ripple wins, and then we get some pushback against Gary Gensler. All right. Now, outside of these two depressing news, I know I led off very depressing. Is there anything good? Well, let's get to Bitcoin, okay? Because Bitcoin is still looking good, except this. The U.S. government now has more Bitcoin than the largest crypto holders because they just recovered 50,000 worth of Bitcoin. 50,000 Bitcoin, not $50,000. 50,000 Bitcoin from someone that actually stole it from Silk Road. They actually hacked Silk Road. They've been keeping that 50,000 Bitcoin on this computer chip hidden in their closet bathroom. But the Justice Department found the guy, recovered it, and now they have a lot of Bitcoins. Or they go auction it off, or they go hold it. They go put it in with the Treasury Department and then just store it. We don't know at this point, but they do hold a lot of Bitcoin. The good thing about this is we know that there are a lot of Bitcoins that's out of circulation, that never moves, right? And a lot of it may stay that way forever because this could just be sitting there, forgotten. What's $1 billion to the U.S. government? Nothing. It's like finding a penny on the road, okay? When you could print trillions of dollars, $1 billion is nothing. So maybe they just hold it. Maybe just hold it for a little bit, right? So I guess that's the only good thing I could take out of this. But of course, you got legitimate companies like Hive Blockchain, right? They're holding $68 million worth of Bitcoin. There's a lot of companies, very bullish companies about Bitcoin. They continue to hold. They continue to DCA, and that's the right way to do it. And of course, a lot of the metrics and charts are still indicating this is a terrific time to be loading up on Bitcoin, like this chart right here. Why would you want to buy high and sell low? No. You want to buy low and sell high. And all these indicators are showing that we are very, 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 very low. And also, this is interesting. This is the first epoch where Bitcoin balance on exchanges is actually going down. And why is that? Because people started learning to safeguard their own crypto. Because of, look at what has happened this whole year, all these downfalls and withdrawals being halted and stuff like that. Now with FTX, with their situation, people are actually starting to learn, right? And safeguarding crypto. Of course, this will probably change with the next bull run because more retail investors will come in. But it's encouraging to see that people are learning as we go along. Here's one that shows whale addresses with over 10,000 Bitcoins. Look at how high that's spiking right now, right? So obviously the whales think this is a terrific time to be stocking up Bitcoin. We're talking about addresses with over 10,000 Bitcoins. Okay, like the one that the U.S. Justice Department just seized. 10,000 plus. And it's skyrocketing. So that's telling you something. That's telling you something. So these are all good things for Bitcoin, right? So that's about it. Otherwise, hopefully you guys got... oh, no, I got one more thing. And trust me, I'll relate it to Bitcoin. Hopefully you guys got your ticket for tonight's Powerball. $1.9 billion. So even if you take lump sum, you're close to $1 billion already. That's how much this is. But why this is good for Bitcoin is because, take a look at this. You have to win the Powerball, which is 1 in 300 million chance. You have to win it 9 times in a row. Okay? 9 times in a row before you could breach Bitcoin's security. That's how safe Bitcoin's network is. It is considered the safest network on the planet because of all the miners that are solving that silly algorithm that some would call, right? But it's making it the most secure piece of network that we have today. So think about that. That has to be worth something, right? All right. That's pretty much it. Bitcoin, let's see where it is. Bitcoin is down a little bit from this morning. Obviously, I think this whole drama between FTX, Binance, Solana, everything's being pulled down a little bit. But you know what? We will get through it. We always get through it. It's interesting to see what's going to happen with Solana and FTX or FTT, I should say, because FTT just broken that 22 level, artificially inflated at 22. I don't know what it means actually to break below 22. There's something significant about that 22 mark. I don't quite know what it is. Maybe if you guys know, you could share. But there's something about that 22 mark that it broke. So that could mean the floodgates is about to open. All right, let's do some Q&A. Neshi is asking, what is this Black Swan event people are talking about? Blood Moon tomorrow? Tomorrow's elections. Someone said something about the moon, full moon or something like that. Ooh. Hey, I just turned on my full moon chart right here. Yeah, what is this? There is something that's happening. Either it's happening today. That's a full moon right there. We have a full moon today. Full moons traditionally are not good. Okay, traditionally not good. So we just had one. Or we're having one right now. Whenever there's full moons, and I hate to bring this, you can see here's a big drop on a full moon, right? Here's a full moon, and then shortly afterwards had a drop. Like here's a full moon, and we had a drop. We have a lot of drops on full moons for some reason. So today equates to that, but tomorrow we have elections. Some people theorize after elections it could dump more. Some people think if somehow the Republicans take Congress, it could pump the markets, right? So it really depends on, I guess, what scenario. I don't know. Bible says something about the blood moon. I don't actually know. If some of you guys are into that sort of thing, you let me know. Yeah, I gotta say, like, this bank run that's happening on FTX is it's very concerning. I know a lot of people are rooting for, FTX go down, SBF go down, It's like, we want them to go down, but we don't know the repercussions, okay? Just look at what happened with 3 Oaks Capital. When 3 Oaks Capital went down, man, so many projects started getting real hurt. So FTX could be the same way. So I don't know. maybe SBF does have some cold wallets or something that he has plenty of liquidity he could bring back. But right now, their liquidity is draining out super, super fast at an alarming rate, right? And whenever you have a bank run and everyone's panicking, it's the worst scenario. NMCT, how can FTX hold secret hot wallets, or secret cold wallets, you mean, without breaching regulatory guidelines? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they disclosed. I don't know. We don't know that. I know like Coinbase has a ton of cold wallets, but I'm pretty sure they disclosed those too. Past, present, and future G, I appreciate that. You are too. Neshi, I did not hear that. Do Kwon will say FTX. Hey, I'm still waiting for that meeting, that meetup that Do Kwon recently declared, right? That he was going to have a meetup. He's going to invite all the haters. He's going to pay for their plane tickets. He's going to invite all the authorities and cops, right? I'm waiting for him to do that. I want to see, really, if he has the balls to do that, first of all. And second of all, what's going to happen. You know, the good news is, I know I've been, you know, talking about a lot of bad news recently, but there are projects that's doing well. Look at Chainlink. Chainlink is doing fantastic today, right? Up 7% despite everything that's going on. Chainlink staking is coming up. That's a big deal for, I think they opened up private staking right now for a few, but staking overall removes liquidity. That's good. So Chainlink is having a good day, right? Polkadot is doing well. A lot of people are trying to put their money elsewhere. I think after withdrawing for Solana, which continues to go down. This morning someone asked me, what am I going to do with Solana? I said I was going to keep it, right? And I kind of regret that decision because this morning it was like still like $33, $34, and now it's $28. I mean, luckily I don't have the biggest bag. Luckily I don't have the biggest bag of Solana, but it still hurts. But the good thing is, you know, I've been talking about Polygon for quite some time. Even though they're down a little bit, they're up almost 30% for the week. Polygon has been gaining a lot of strength, and now they're top 10, so that's good. BNB also coming up a little bit. So good for BNB and people that are using Binance, right? So not all is bad today, even though I would have preferred today to be an overall green day, but we got some controversy right now. Shane says, usually the market tanks immediately after ITC. Yeah. And those of you guys that are stock guys, you know that Tesla, man, Tesla has been taking a beating because of all the stuff that Elon is doing with Twitter, right? And man, it's turning a lot of people away. I don't know, but their stock is tanking. And why that's relevant is because, unfortunately, he has not indicated at all that he's going to do anything with Doge. So after Doge pumped up, it's coming down in a big way too. So hopefully he announces his master plan to incorporate Dogecoin. So unfortunately, Dogecoin is selling off too. Yeah, I think Elon, I think someone said Elon just did an interview that he realized he kind of effed up. He wanted to buy Twitter, but he offered at the worst possible time at peak. And then he tried to get out and he couldn't. So now he's stuck with it and he's doing what he can to turn it around. But yeah, all the advertisers stopping their advertising. And And this $8 checkmark thing is getting everyone pissed off. Like, because people felt so special about their blue checkmark, right? And now they're feeling, oh, it's not special because everyone could pay $8 for it. So you got all these influential people that's all pissed off about it. Yeah, someone was asking about VeChain. VeChain is about to upgrade POA 2.0, so that's why they're up today. That's good. Not sure why Toncoin is going up today, but VeChain is going up today. So yeah, there's some winners today. Midterm elections is happening in the U.S. tomorrow. So a lot of people in Congress are going to change. Kathy Griffin buying FTT. Only people that are on Twitter would understand that joke. Yeah, I already covered Solana. Everyone's speculating why it's dropping. Is it because SBF is selling Solana because they own 10% of Solana? Are they selling because they need to replenish their funds, their wallets, which is being drained right now? Is that the reason, or people are just fearful about Solana because of their ties with SBF? We don't know. There's no official thing, and it could be a combination of both, right? But according to CoinDesk, they said they saw a balance sheet of Alameda. So they're the ones that reported, first of all, $8 billion of Alameda's balance sheet is filled with FTT. Okay, so that's more than 50% of the balance sheet. And also, they're reporting that they have about $1.1 billion worth of Solana. And if you equate that to how much they own, that's about 10% of all Solana in circulation is owned by SBF. So does that have something to do with the sell-off? Right? We don't know. I should chart FTT because people are saying it's dropping like a rock right now. Ooh, it is. Yeah, let's. The volume is out of control right now, and it is dipping. It is dipping hard. Here's the thing, though. I don't think many people are burned by FTT going down, because it was also revealed that 75% of all FTT tokens is owned by, guess who? FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. So very little FTT is actually owned by anyone. 75% of FTT is owned by FTX. Let that sit in your head for a little bit. 75%. And Binance owns 8%. So if you combine the two, it's over 80%. But Binance is go sell their 8%, right? That's what kind of caused this whole thing. But yeah, they are tanking now. They were at 22 for over a day, and now they're down to 17. They are getting crushed. NMCT, well, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that profit with me. Appreciate it. But SBF used FTT as collateral to buy Sol. I don't know if that's true. I think he started buying it even before FTT was created. I don't know. Yeah, and that $8 billion with FTT is now worth less than half, right? So that's also a problem. So So much for getting our Voyager bag back from FTX. I don't know, Rich. Maybe they're legally by law they have to do it. I guess they don't have to do it. All they really did was purchase Voyager's assets. SBF did say that he was going to give back 70% or up to 70% back to the people. But if he's really bankrupt and he doesn't have enough funds to pay out, well, then he's not going to be paying out. So, I mean, there's still hope. You know, like I said, maybe SBF has all these cold wallets, right? Right now, we're just, everything I've shown you guys is all the hot wallets, right? Hot wallets being drained left and right. This morning, in total, this hot wallets had about 600 plus million in just tokens. Now it's dropped to 543. There was about 1.1. Where's the one where it showed? The ETH balance is just really concerning. Transaction internal. There was somewhere that like broke it down. I mean, look at this. It's just out. Some in, probably just to buy and then or sell. I don't know. ERC 20 tokens, ERC 1155 tokens, analytics. There was something that showed like the old. Oh no, it's up here. Yeah, I think it's up here. Yeah. So out of the 1.8 billion that they have, 1 billion is in FTT. The rest is everything else. But a lot of it is all these like synthetic tokens, like these 3x tokens or whatever it is, right? And then you can see the Ethereum, concerning that they only have 9,000 Ethereum. Do I think Solana is going to survive? I think they're going to survive, but I hate to say it, this could make them really weak. You know all the times in 2021 when Solana seemed like it wanted to dump and it didn't, and it recovered and it kept going and going and going? Solana had one of the best years in 2021. I've always said it's due to Sam Bankman-Fried. If you look at the history of Solana, they weren't looking very good. And SBF took it upon himself to say, hey, I will buy everyone Solana. I will prop it up and make it successful. So in a way, Solana is like FTX's chain, right? But now that FTX is losing all this strength right now, if Solana, you know, and people saw Solana, no one's there to really buy it like before. So will they survive? Probably. But how weak will they get? I don't know. I mean, it really depends on how FTX survives all this. I mean, FTT is dumping now, but I mean, Solana dumping 16%. That's painful. Brian Miller said that Great Soul run was all a lie, though. Two devs, Sonny and Seabrae, lying about the TVA inflating number. I remember that story. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, there was that story where they double counted liquidity or something, and that's why liquidity is so high. Yeah, there was something about that. I remember that. So that also contributed. Who will win, SBF or CZ in a cage match? I mean, I think CZ, he's looking much better shape than SBF. SBF seems like he has gained a lot of weight. So I think CZ will probably win. Crypto Crow. Solana is smoke and mirrors in my opinion. I think that's an unpopular opinion, especially in 2021. But now in 2022, I think more people are coming to that opinion. In 2021, it was really hard to go against Solana. It was really hard to say anything bad because it just kept going up and no one wanted to hear it. Everyone kept buying Solana because it kept going up, right? So it was really hard to say anything bad about Solana. And people overlooked the fact that there was network outages. Like, yeah, who cares? They'll solve it. It's going up, right? Let's not worry about it. But in 2022, when things started coming down and people noticed, well, the network outages are real and they happen all the time, right? Then more people start realizing, well, maybe Solana is not all hyped up to be. And now with this FTX connection, I think people are really panicking. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that Solana is kind of stuck in this situation. I said that this morning, right? Solana does have a lot of great things still happening. I'm not trying to say Solana is so horrible. They have good things. Their NFTs are still doing very well. They have Beeple is doing something with Solana, right? They're having a new EVM compatible chain or dApp that's coming aboard. They still have their DeFi. They're still forming partnerships with others like Cosmos. They're forming those chains, right? But they're caught in this, and they're going to be dragged down with it. And as I'm speaking, Solana just keeps dropping. I mean, now it's down 17%. Stuart, think Forever Burn will still have the best burn rate? Is that even a project, or is that like I don't know what that is. The VCs and team paid for that narrative and price action. Yeah, I think there's a ton of VCs in Solana. Again, it's one of those things that people overlook when everything is doing good, right? When Solana keeps going up, no one cares that VCs hold a huge amount of Solana tokens. Man, they're moving in tandem now. FTT and Solana is moving in tandem right now. I think Bitcoin is also getting a little weaker because of this. I think there's a lot of fear. This is why I'm hoping. This is why I'm hoping that the FTX does not collapse like the Rios Capital, because we saw the devastation the Rios Capital brought. So hopefully that we don't see something like that right now, especially when Bitcoin looks like, and crypto looks like it wants to, have a good year-end rally, good momentum heading into December. Hopefully we don't get upset by this whole situation and get derailed, because that would be very unfortunate. Julian, please give us Gina. We need some happiness. Man, I gave huge endorsement to Ripple already. Ripple needs to win that lawsuit, or it's not going to look good for all these other projects, because LBRY just lost. So Ripple really needs to carry the industry. If Ripple wins that lawsuit, I think every project should donate like some funds back to Ripple, because they're spending $100 million against the SEC, right? Everyone should just donate a little bit to Ripple. Because we really don't want them. We really don't want Ripple to lose at this point. We need someone to be able to stand up to the SEC. Jose, that's because I'm not drinking alcohol anymore. This is just iced coffee with heavy whipped cream. That's what I'm drinking. Can you say it's a nothing burger? It's a nothing burger. I don't know on what, but it. Man, Solana needs to stop. Okay, this is getting out of hand right now. Solana is dropping as much as FTT right now. FTT should be dropping. Solana should not be dropping this much. But yeah, it is. Well, if you look at, it was about this level back in June of 2022. MacroStrategy, I could have coffee right before I sleep. It will not affect me. I'm immune to coffee, or immune to caffeine, I should say. You know what? I don't think you're wrong, Jason. I think Solana money will go to other big caps. So I said that this morning. I think two prime targets has to be Polygon and Cardano. Cardano just has way too many people that love it, and they do have exciting things happening. And Polygon has crazy things, so many dApps and so many things happening. So I think they're going to get stronger, but you know, other ones probably too. BNB might get stronger. A lot of FTX guys go to Binance. They could get stronger. Of course, Ethereum could get stronger. But some of the smaller ones, like Polkadot, Avalanche, Cosmos, throw VeChain in there. You know, there's probably going to be money being spread around, right? But I do think Polygon is probably going to be the main one most money goes into, and then Cardano, and then distribute among the others. All right. Okay, good. Get a little bounce right here. Little bounce. We don't want to keep seeing this. We need a little bounce here. What is FTT at? Less of a bounce. Not really a bounce for FTT. Look at that. That was just brutal. Something happened. There's just not enough liquidity to prop it up. That was a drastic drop from 2022, right? It was pretty obvious that something was holding at 22 for as long as they can. And then they couldn't hold it anymore, and then boom. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. Your stream was way more on point when you're hanging with Johnny B. Hey, I'm on a carnivore diet, so I can't drink any alcohol. I'm in tomorrow. I think is second week, 2 days. No, 12. Okay. I don't know why I'm slurring and I'm having problems speaking. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks, 14 days in. So it's working out for me so far. I gotta say it's first few days, first 5 days, I would say it's hard. Afterwards, pretty easy, and it's working pretty good so far. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 weeks. All right, guys, let's conclude. Overall, unfortunately, this war continues. CZ is not letting up. He's not letting up. He's holding a grudge. He does not like SBF and what he did. So he's going to continue doing what he's doing. In the meantime, FTX is bleeding out like crazy. I don't know how long they're going to last. I don't know if they have cold wallets to replenish their hot wallets. I don't know at this point. But unfortunately, Solana is caught in a crossfire. FTT is now dumping, and unfortunately, Bitcoin is caught in the crossfire too. So hopefully Bitcoiners, and everyone else can get past this and know that we're not derailed, okay? This is just the FTX thing. We will get past this, right? So don't lose hope, don't lose faith, and we'll see where the drama goes tomorrow, okay? So smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.